Hello everybody, welcome to iCommand. This is TV Boy and we're doing another IACP Season 8 game log review for you all. I apologize, I have been sick this past week, so you can probably hear it in my voice. I've been getting over that, so that's why there was no video earlier this week, but I thought let's try and get at least one out to you guys. Hey, Editor TV Boy here. I just want to let you guys know that I did go in and edit out all the coughs because I know that is awful to listen to. But there's also some points in the video where I had to pause or mute my microphone because I knew I was about to cough, and you might get some moments of silence. It sounds like there's a long pause. It's probably just me coughing. So, bear through it. I know it sucks for now, but at least it was something getting out, and at least you know that there's not going to be any loud coughs during the video, so you don't have to listen to that. The awkward pauses, just that's how it goes. Enjoy the music during those points, and hopefully I'm feeling better next week. Thanks, everybody. So I'm going to do my best. Probably going to wreck my voice doing this one, but I did want to get through some of these. We're still working our way through 8.1 game logs, well, since I was on break during that, and haven't seen any 8.2 game logs coming in just yet, but this one is going to be cards that are still current. None of these cards were changed in 8.2, so this will be informative for you guys. And we finally get to see some change cards in action, particularly Gar Saxon. His 8.1 card we get to see in action here, and Orbital Bombardment at 2 points will be interesting to see how that plays out here. So we've got two of our regular players. Gabe is going to be playing Scum. He has Boba Fett, Super Commandos, Gar Saxon, Greedo, Bib Fortuna, Jabba the Hutt, and extra armor. So a very fun archetype that I'm glad to see Boba getting love in this season because of Gar Saxon and the Super Commandos. He's going to be playing against John, who is playing, looks like, Iden Versio, Thrawn, Agent Callus, Agent Blaze, who I think he is playing is the 6 point instead of 5 points. I remember he was talking about that in Discord, trying to experiment with playing with the old version that doesn't have the points discount, so you can use change of plans with him more effectively. We'll see how that works out. He's also got an E-Web with Overwatch attachment, Elite Death Trooper, Regular Officer, Zillow Technique, Rule by Fear, Advanced Comm Systems on Agent Callus, and the aforementioned Orbital Bombardment, which, for those that don't remember, a card that was created kind of by the community via poll. It was 4 points originally, 8.1 it got changed to 2 points, and basically you spend an action to build up bombardment counters on the card each turn, and then at the start of a round you can deplete the card to choose a number of spaces equal to the number of bombardment tokens that were on the card, and each figure in each of those spaces suffers 2 damage. So we'll see how that goes. We've seen it on the channel. I think they made a short, and we've seen a game log review. It can be pretty effective if you can set it up and have a lot of figures on the table on the opponent's side that have 2 health or less remaining. It's especially really good against Zillow Technique, where they tend to use that to keep figures alive at 1 health to clean up a bunch of figures at once, and we'll see how it does here for 2 points. Alright, so we are playing on, what map is this? Good old Coruscant Back Alleys, a map I really like. And they're playing Propaganda War, so each of these posters are going to be worth 1 VP at the end of each round for the player that they are flipped to. Both players will choose either Rebel or Imperial. I assume that John's going to be the Imperial side. That's usually what people do. And then if you control a poster, you can spend 2 movement points from a figure to flip that poster to the opposite side. So something also that a lot of players get wrong, even myself I sometimes forget, is you're actually supposed to claim one of the posters for each player. So there should only be a total of 6 posters on the map, but oftentimes players don't realize that's how it works. But yeah, it looks like there's going to be the full 8 for this game, so that happens. It's understandable. Looks like I did move the player banners a little bit to make them easier to see so we can be a little more zoomed in. Actually, can I zoom in more? What does that look like? If we move Gabe's up here, that's confusing, isn't it? Let's move John's here, Gabe's right here, and then you guys can be a little more zoomed in on the action like that. Yeah, there we go. A little bit better. Alright, so I do believe John has the initiative, but it looks like he is out activated here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, compared to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 activations. For Gabe has 6 activations. So Gabe has the initiative. John is in the red deployment zone. And let's get through the action here. So that means that Gabe is going to probably be passing, and we're going to see some shuffling of deployment here. I'm going to get some water so I can keep talking. Okay, Blairs are drawing their opening hands, and it looks like a field tactician discarded for Rule by Fear. Very good with Iden. Oh, no, not going to discard that. Going to discard Elusive instead, a Season 8 card. That's the one that's kind of like Feint for spies. So, yep, going to be a pass by Gabe. And the officer going to activate to move the E-Web 2 spaces. The E-Web did get to start out further up thanks to the the forward emplacement ability, which is a new ability for it in IACP that came out in Season 4. And that's definitely going to give it a lot more control. You can see it already has line of sight going down to this area here. So a really good spot. It is a bit exposed there, and it can be shot at from Gabe's terminal. So that's a little bit rough. We'll see if John can capitalize on this positioning, or if he's going to do something else with the E-Web here. Okay, so he's going to use the Overwatch, and interesting putting it there, but that makes sense because he does cover, I think he covers the most amount of spaces. I think one space to the right maybe would be better. Oh, he's still moving it around. Because if he puts it one space to the right, then it will be harder to move past that without getting shot by the E-Web. But we'll see how it goes. Bib Fortuna activating. I'm going to focus up Boba and move up to the terminal there. I'm going to try and have the chat window where I can see what's going on. Okay, so it looks like Thrawn activating here, and it looks like unfortunately Choose a Side is going to be discarded. That's Gar Saxon's card. It was 3 points, now is 1 point in 8.1 and 8.2, which would have given all of his mobile figures, since he's a scum list, it would have given them his shield ability, so whenever they spend a block token, they would have got an extra evade. Pretty good on Boba Fett if you load him up with block tokens with extra armor. Alright, so Greedo is going to activate here. And I'm going to move all the way over to the bottom area. So I would guess that, let's see. So who is actually the rebel side? Player with the red deployment zone claims a rebel mission token. So actually, it's going to be the opposite of what you would think. John is going to be the rebel posters, and Gabe's got the Imperial posters. So Greedo's actually in a good spot there for next round. He can open the door and then move to immediately flip over that poster to Gabe's side. So that's a really nice spot for Greedo. And now we've got Agent Callus activating. So he drew a card for both players, and now going to play Strategic Shift to immediately tip the scale on the hand count. I'm going to set Gabe back to just 2 cards in hand. So there's a lot of card disruption here with the spies. And it looks like Gabe had already activated Jabba, so not only did he undo the extra card draw from Agent Callus, he also undid the card draw from Jabba. Honestly though, not as bad as getting hit by it in round 2 after you've also drawn your 2 cards for the round, so Gabe might count his blessings here. He has time to rebuild from this, but he's aggressively positioning Gar Saxon there. But again, he has put him on that poster to be able to flip it next round. Alright, Agent Blaze coming up. Gonna put him there. Nice spot. That T alleyway is really nice and safe. And the Super Commandos. Interesting that he gave block tokens to them, but then also going to get block tokens with their ability, Shield Gauntlet. So we've got 1 moving up to the door and 1 on the terminal. Again, this is Gabe is on the lower side, the blue side, so the lower side of the map, behind that blocking terrain wall. And now we've got Iden activating. Thinking about joining Blaze here. Checking line of sight. The line of sight is tricky on this map. Interesting. So not going to go with Iden. Going to go with the Death Trooper. Gives a surge token to Thrawn and moves up next to the E-Web and Callus. I think that's close to being safe. It's not super safe. Boba Fett activating. Gonna go for a flip. And yep, did flip to the Imperial side, so that confirms that Gabe is the Imperial player for the posters, and John is on the Rebel posters. And Boba very aggressively positioned here, but quite safe until John can open his door on the left there. So now Iden gonna activate. Gonna be right behind the Death Trooper, and looks like Dio did give her a token. Let's see. Looks like a damage power token. So initiative's going to pass over to John here for round 2. Gabe going to go up to 4 cards. Looks like he's activating the E-Web to move the Overwatch token. So now guarding that opening so that if Boba Fett comes in to do a flamethrower, which I think is inevitable at this point, he's going to have to eat an attack from this E-Web. And now Bib activated for Gabe, focusing up the Super Commando on the terminal. Thrawn activating. Let's see, what did he get with Thrawn? Did Thrawn not discard anything? Sorry, I think he chose not to discard with Thrawn, which is interesting. So Jabba activating, gonna draw a card. Oh, change of plans is being used here. So it looks like he's going to exhaust. I'm not sure. He's going to exhaust Callus to ready Thrawn. Interesting. No? I'm not sure. Yeah, he's going to exhaust Callus to ready Thrawn with change of plans. So that's interesting. They are both leaders. Focus Super Commando going up to the upper area to flip a poster. No, maybe not. And then the other one going to open the door and then move back to cover the terminal. Alright, so we have Thrawn activating once again thanks to change of plans. So getting a lot of value out of those two abilities. And let's see if he discards anything. I don't see anything getting discarded, which is, I don't know, it seems like giving up a lot of value there. Even if it's something not great, like he has Jabba in his list. He's gonna be drawing 2 cards at the end of each round, so he's gonna draw into other stuff. So, but I'd like to hear thoughts from people in the comments. If you find the worst card in your opponent's deck with Thrawn on the top, do you discard it or do you leave it on top? Let me know what you guys think. But he's gonna give some tokens out. So Blaze currently has a Surge token and a Block token, and he's got an Evade token on the Death Trooper and Damage and Block token on the E-Web. And Thrawn is really far back. Oh, so that's the other thing. So that's what he's doing here. Totally missed what was happening, guys. He has Orbital Bombardment on Thrawn. And so what he did with that change of plans play is that allowed him to stack more tokens onto the Orbital Bombardment. So Bombardment now has 5 tokens. So he did 1 round 1, 2 round 2, and then 2 more again with that second activation on Thrawn. And let me see if I can pull the card up for everybody to be able to read. There we go. So that's what's happening. So he's got 5 tokens. And Gabe only has, 6 figures in his list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's got 7. So John could totally pop that Orbital Bombardment at the start of next turn and get some value here if he can get some damage. It's not like Gabe has a ton of recover in the list either, so he could go ahead and just do it early, and it might be a lot more helpful. And just not put it on Jabba or Bib Fortuna. So that'll be interesting to see. Alright, so Greedo did the thing. He flipped the poster, and he went 1, 2, 3 next to Boba and Gar Saxon there. So wow, Gabe is really controlling the map here. He's got all but 1 poster, or all but 2 posters flipped to his side, and he was already ahead on points. I'm not sure what they're highlighting. Alright, Officer. Oh, Iden Versio, exhausted, readied. So we're down to just Boba and Iden. Trying to figure out if they can see that Super Commando, probably. Okay, and the officer moving as far down as he can. And here goes Boba. So we're down to Boba, and then Iden will activate after that. So Boba is going to make an attack here and able to avoid that Overwatch token triggering thanks to the wall. And it looks like he's playing Element of Surprise on this E-Web. And Tools for the Job, so we're going to be able to add a dice here. Or a die. Boba Fett. 1, 2, 3. So he's got 3 movement points left to spend on his other abilities. It looks like Calm Disrupt being played here. Oops. What happened? Gabe rolled and then cleared all the dice. So I think what happened is he's focused and he used the EE3 Carbine, spending 2 movement points to change cough drop, to change the blue attack dice into a red, but the Calm Disrupt was played on the tools for the job. And so we saw a block token being spent, and there's no defense dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pierce 1. So how is that killing the E-Web? Unless I'm probably missing something. But canceled. E-Web moved. So it looks like he defeated the E-Web there. Gabe scoring. Gets 6 points thanks to Java, and then uses his last movement point to move deep into cover behind that wall. So yeah, that killed the E-Web, one-shotted it. And now we see Aiden coming up and going to be able to attack Boba. Interesting that she moved there. She could have attacked from 1 space back. So I'm going to spend her power token. Is Boba not spending a block token here? There we go. So I canceled the attack. So Aiden gonna add a 2 damage with that pulse cannon ability. Ooh, not a good roll though. So, but still good. I mean, it's pretty good attack. 6 damage. No surges to have to deal with. So 3 damage to Boba through a block token. Why she did that. So she did play the field technician. Alright, that's the end of round 2. So Gabe is really dominating this game. We see he's getting a ton of VPs here. Alright, Call the Vanguard now being played. I am not sure who is playing it though. Looks like it is Gabe playing it here with his Super Commando. Attacking Blaze. Gonna re-roll. Interesting, going for the re-roll on that one. I guess it's a wasted surge, but he did get punished there. 3 surge for 4/5, auto pierce 1. Doing 3 damage right now. 2 damage. Did he exhaust Zillow for that? So exhausted Zillow technique to cancel the pierce. So Blaze just takes 2 from that focused Super Commando there. It looks like John has initiative and going to activate Aiden and going to go for Boba once again. +2 with the pulse cannon. And Boba spending the block token. Looks like one of those surges is going to sneak through for an extra damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 blocks, so 1 damage to Boba there. And then it looks like we've got a Dio attack coming through as well. Now that those block tokens are exhausted, this might do something. Let's see. Does get +1 damage. No, it is perfectly blocked by Boba's defense. And what is this attack? Oh, is there a Call to Vanguard that was played by Aiden? That was. So that was a Call to Vanguard attack for Aiden first. Now she's actually activating. Has another power token that she got from the Death Trooper. Triple block though from Boba. 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 more damage, whittling him down. And then moves back to safety. Although I don't know how safe that is when you've got Boba who can flamethrower you. And that is exactly what is going to happen here. We've got Boba flamethrowering. It's going to do 1 damage and 1 strain to these 4 figures, which is Iden, Dio, Death Trooper, and looks like Agent Callus there. Alright, so it looks like he discarded Second Chance and Negation for 2 of the strain, and then just let Dio take the extra damage. So let's see, Boba went 1, 2, 3. He's got 3 movement points left. He spent 2. He's got 1 movement point left. And he still has an action, so he's going to attack here. I do not know who he is attacking. They're playing, guessing they're playing on voice chat. But we did see a power token get spent. So who just spent a power token? Oh, that was Callus' power token. Okay, so he's attacking Callus. He's not focused, doesn't have the carbine, so his attack can get kind of wimpy without the carbine or focus. He's doing 5 minus 2, so 3 damage to Callus there. And he moves 1 space down to the right. And we see a Death Trooper coming up here, going to feed a token to Agent Blaze. And is he going to attack? So this is going to be a weakened attack against the Super Commando. That is not going to do any damage thanks to that block token. Oh, it looks like he just remembered the... Oh wait, when is the timing on bombardment? Does it not start around? Is it start of activation? Start of activation, that's what it was. Okay, so he is now chaining from the Death Trooper with Field Tactics into Thrawn. And now Thrawn is going to use Orbital Bombardment here. So we're going to see 5 tokens being placed. We see 1 on the Super Commando, 1 on Boba, 1 on the other Super Commando, and 1 on Gar Saxon. And then 1 more on... Should there be 5? 1 more on Greedo, I'm assuming. There it is, on Greedo. So each of them are going to take 2 damage from that. Doesn't kill any of them, but it does soften up. And as we mentioned, there's no real damage recovery in this list, so that is probably going to stick. Alright, now we see Thrawn activating, using his ability to discard the top card. It looks like we are going to see a card get discarded here. Oh, is he discarding his own card? It looks like Thrawn is discarding Agent Callus's command card, interestingly enough. So discarding his own card. So we're seeing some creative use of strategize from John here. As I said, it's kind of the standard to just always discard the top card of your opponent's deck. But I remember when I first saw Thrawn, I was like, there's stuff you can do. Like, maybe you will discard the top card of your deck if it's something you don't want to draw, and you want to draw something else better. So that's what we're seeing John do here, I think. And he's going to go ahead and he's attacking Boba. He loses one of those surges, so unfortunately only going to be doing 2 damage with the Pierce one. But Boba is getting very low. Oh, we're gonna play for C here as well. Not sure. And it looks like he did discard negation from Destructor's deck. Alright, Jabba activating. Gonna draw a card and focus up Gar Saxon, it looks like. Or no, I focused up the Super Commando up there. Blaze activating. Gonna see him probably take a card out of his hand. Yep, one of those surges goes through. He's actually gonna deal some damage here as well. Gonna do 1 damage to Boba. Oh, is he gonna go for the kill? Does he have the kill there? Let's see. Let's switch to the correct version that he is using. He has Surge for Pierce 2. Surge for +1. He's got 1 Surge going through thanks to that power token. Pierce 2. Oh, yeah. He had the kill. Okay, yeah, why go for the interrogate when you can get 13 points? Of course. So Blaze gets a kill on Boba for the last 3 damage. I love putting the Surge token on Blaze. I think that shows John's got some experience. I think you have so many good Surge abilities and you can't always rely on green, yellow, yellow to give you the Surges you need. So I love the Surge token on Blaze there, and I think it really paid off. Guys, I do apologize for the pauses. I'm trying not to cough into the microphone too loudly here. Alright, so score is now 17 to Gabe's 18. But John really needs to do something about these posters that are almost all of them are now for Gabe. Quite cunning, especially since he has less figures than John as well to take all these posters. But the mobility on his figures has helped a lot, being able to skip past those walls and save movement points to get up there and flip the posters has been really good. So, oh yeah, so that Super Commando hasn't activated yet. It attacked via Call of Vanguard, so now focused up from Jabba. I'm gonna shoot at this Death Trooper. Spends an evade power token, and I'm gonna reroll. Gets the same thing though. It does have Pierce 1 and Zillow Technique was used, so it's going to be 1 damage on the Death Trooper. And now he's going to be using the rocket, it looks like. Jetpack rocket for 1 more damage. The other Jet Trooper does have an attack there, nice. Through the impassable terrain. Where are my dice at? There's my dice window. Not focused, but looks like he's going to get 3 damage through. Oh, he re-rolls, and oof, is that? Yeah, that's 3 damage still. So 1 health left on the Death Trooper. And it looks like not Bib. Oh yeah, Bib is activating. We're just going to stay on the terminal. And now Gar Saxon coming up and going to make an attack. Did he attack the Death Trooper? One, two, three, 4. He actually can't see the Death Trooper from there because he doesn't have line of sight to this corner from this corner. and there's a blocking terrain wall here. So I don't think he has line of sight. Actually, I'm not sure. I have to check that. Let's see. Coruscant back alleys. From here. Yeah, the line of sight checker says that there's no line of sight there. So yeah, that's a weird one though, and I understand that they got that wrong. But yeah, there's no line of sight there because this blocking terrain wall right here is actually blocking line of sight, as is this blocking terrain wall right here. So that is not a valid attack if that's what they were doing. But picks up the kill. Although, wait, he's not focused. He didn't lose his focus. They must have done something else. What did he play? Hey, yeah, his flamethrower. Oh, yes. Gar Saxon has a flamethrower. I forgot. So he used a flamethrower to deal that last damage. So nice. Very good. And Callus is now going to go after this Super Commando with his staff ability. Gonna do some damage. Greedo now activating. Does not get a one-way line of sight here. Is going to take 2 damage. Oh, could take more. No. 2 damage. And what do we have being played? Assassinate. And pitching to Bib Fortuna. So right now Greedo has 1, 2, 3, 4, Surge 5, 6. So he's got 3 damage going through. He has to deal 6 total. The Assassinate adds the extra 3, but he needs to account for Zillow Technique, so that is why he is discarding Bib Fortuna's command card there to use Bib Fortuna's ability to add a damage by discarding a command card, which you can actually combine with Assassinate. So he's getting the kill there, exactly the damage he needed to get that kill. So that is going to pick up the kill on Blaze, and I think that's going to shoot Gabe to a pretty dominant position. Ooh, with a celebration. Does that put him over 40? He was at 25. 31, you go to 35, I believe. Oh, 34. 30. Oh, wait, that shoots him. And then, then the end of round, he gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 posters. Again, a little extra there, but I think he definitely would have had enough posters, even with the 2 being claimed, that he would have taken that game. So, really, the posters there were able to seal the deal on this map. We got to see a little bit of Gar Saxon. We didn't see as much of his token sharing ability, but at least we did get to see that flamethrower ability. Wow, that dragged really far. We got to see that flamethrower ability being relevant there in that game. Didn't get to see the new token stripping, unfortunately, where he strips power tokens with it. But we also got to see some cool technology there with change of plans on Blaze and using the old Agent Blaze card with 6-point card so he can reactivate his orbital bombardment carrier, which is Thrawn, and get extra tokens and stuff. I thought that was really cool, getting the extra Thrawn activation. So thanks everybody for watching. Hopefully my voice sounds a little better next week and less coughing as well, and we'll catch you for the next